we've been through an incredibly difficult time as a nation. We've gone through a tougher time than any time in the lifetimes of most of you. A once-in-a-generation challenge. And when I was sworn in, it was my profound hope, and I know it was the hope of many of you, not just Democrats, but Republicans. It was the hope of so many people that it would cause both parties to put politics aside for a moment for the sake of the country. The Republican leaders in Washington made a different decision. They figured if they just sat on the sidelines long enough, and if they opposed everything that we did, if they said no, even the policies that traditionally they had supported, then they figured that they could ride people's anger and frustration all the way to success in the next election. That was their working theory. It's as if they drove America's car into the ditch. They drove it into the ditch, and it was a big ditch. And so I came along, and we put on our boots, and we went down into the ditch. And it was hot down there, and it was muddy. There were bugs. But we said that's okay. Even though we didn't drive it into the ditch, it's still our responsibility to get that car out of the ditch. And so we pushed, and we pushed. And every once in a while, we'd look up, and up on the road, you'd see the Republicans standing there, fanning themselves, sipping on a Slurpee, having a latte. And we'd say, hey, why don't you come down and help push a little bit? We need some help down here. And they'd say, no, that's all right. They said, but you need to push harder. You're not pushing the right way. And we just kept on pushing. We kept on pushing. Finally, we get this car up on level ground. It's pointing in the right direction. We're ready to move America forward. But the next thing we know, we get this tap on our shoulder, and we look back, and who is it? It's the Republicans. And they say, we want the keys back. You can't have the keys back. You don't know how to drive. Now, if you want, you can roll with us, but you got to be in the back seat. I don't know if you've noticed, if you want to take your car forward, you got to put it in what? In D. If you want to go backwards, it goes what? We don't want to go backwards. We're moving America forward.